Gabi Milito wearing the captain's armbands. Very interesting with returns for this Valencia side. They have been plagued by injury, in fact, plagues of biblical proportions. Braha and Albeldo returning, but take a listen to this. Cañizares, Morientes, Jorge Lopez, Edu, Tavarro, Moretti, Del Horno, Marchena, Riguero, and Gavilan. That's the starting 11.
Absolutely, it's been a real season of war for poor Valencia, who are really very, very highly fancied by a lot of pundits, and I was one of them, for this team to do very, very well this year and challenge for Barcelona's crown. Well, as you said, Phil, injuries have absolutely whacked this club out of their stride, and they're still reeling here in 9th position coming in here. It's still a cracking footballing team, but they will have it all to do against this Zaragoza team that has really raised eyebrows all around the country and around the world. This is probably match of the day throughout the world here. This is going to be a big game, and we've seen this referee before, Alfonso Perez Barul, good ref. Let's hope we have a good game.
Now from the Zaragoza side, here at the Romareda, Alfonso Perez Barul getting set to start this one out. Jesus Calvo, Victoriano Diaz, his assistants down the line. Juan Fernandez, the 4th official. And we are underway. Los Ches against Los Maños. Zaragoza coming in 4th in the table. They cannot catch Barcelona. Sevilla can. More on that a little bit later, as Barcelona has some international action on its mind, no pun intended. 8-2-4 Zaragoza, 26 points. Only Barcelona has scored more goals than Zaragoza this year. Their defense, however, the worst in the top 10, next to Recreativo. They have given up a lot of goals, and that's put some pressure on Fernandez, but pressure a second nature to Quique Sanchez Flores. His side, which has been pictured to challenge for the championship, finds themselves in 9th. Ball cleared out to midfield. Zaragoza wearing the white, Valencia the dark here today, and now quickly on the counter up the middle. Ball forced through, Villa giving chase. Here's Gabi Milito. Normally a little bit more comfortable on the left, looking quite on the right there. Forward for Aymar, and cannot keep it in play. Aymar has been rather fragile this year going up against his old club. You know, he has something to prove.
No question, and he's starting to find his form. Aymar coming back to his old club, as you said, really didn't hit it off with the coach at all for a couple of years after Benitez left for Liverpool. But Aymar slowly and surely, steadily getting his brilliant game back together.
First foul of the game going against the home side. Vicente taken out by the Uruguayan Diogo.
Another good signing for this club coming from Real Madrid. Diogo
looks a lot more comfortable here.
Sure does. He was a good player for Madrid when he was given the opportunity. Showed up nicely. As you said, Phil, Valencia struggling by their high standards. But last weekend's win, 4-0 demolition of Deportivo La Coruña, really indicated that they're starting to find their way back.
Miguel sliding over to the far side. There's Andres D'Alessandro. You'd figure with the salary he got coming back from Germany and Portsmouth, he'd be able to afford a good haircut, but
yeah, it certainly didn't work out for him in England. Still a bright, beautiful footballer, D'Alessandro, one of my favourites.
The Portuguese international Miguel lifting it towards the back post. They could have moved it a couple of yards, and it still would have missed. Take a close look. Villa, actually, with those orange boots.
On the set pieces, always give the responsibility to David Villa, who is arguably, over the last year and a half, the best forward in Spain, would you say? Well, I would certainly put up a strong argument for that
Eto'o
course.
would be the only other one who might keep a close charge. But Villa getting off to a slow start this year. Did score 2 last week against Deportivo, and they hope that he is off the snide. However, only 1 road win all season long, and you're not going to get to Europe on that regard. Long ball forward, Milito. Knock back, Aymar. Aymar and D'Alessandro like to cross. Now the through ball. Chance, Milito. Ball rolls just past the post of the Frenchman Boutel.
Diego Milito, talk about favourite players. When we were singing our praises of him last year, fabulous footballer, this man. Big Argentine, class. Everything about him, Diego Milito. Size, strength, technique, skill. He's been a recent $25 million target for Lyon and Gerard Houllier, making serious overtures to take him away from Real Zaragoza. Zaragoza trying to protect them. They could use the money, but they need Diego Milito.
Of course, they might get a nice little Champions League paycheck if they can hold on to their positioning now. Early on, it looked like they had a chance for the Liga championship. However, a difficult performance at home against Osasuna gave them a little bit of a roadblock a couple of weeks ago. However, bouncing back with a 2-0 win at Racing last week, and now still in that top 4 flight. Garcia drops it back. Off the give and go, but a little too quickly on the go part. There's David Villa. And it will be overturned by the referee.
Important attack, Real Zaragoza. 2.3 goals per game, Phil. In the case, led by this man's brother up front.
Long ball lofted forward. There he is, Diego Milito, knocking it forward. Poor clearance, Baraja. Second effort gets it outside. Little surprised the way they've lined up Aymar and D'Alessandro this year, but it seems to have worked for Fernandez when they've been out there. Aymar seems to be a little bit more comfortable on the right, D'Alessandro on the left, but he's flipped them around. So basically when they cut to the center, the ball on their shooting foot, and it seems to have worked offensively.
Well, they're both very responsible players. They'll be well aware of their ability to switch back and forwards across the park. Very fluid attack under Victor Fernandez.
Zapater cannot control. There's the close eyes for Villa going up against Diogo and Sergio. Knocked aside. Quickly restarted. Into the center, Milito pinching over again. D'Alessandro trying to dance around the challenge, but the cleats come out, and it looks like the card will follow.
Tremendous skill here by the young Argentine. Controls it in one touch. Doesn't look like the card's being given here. It's not bad refereeing. It's very late. Great skill there by Alessandro.
Still in? No, just crosses. Diego Milito, what does he bring to the game in the way he scores his goals?
as much as a complete forward as you can get. I mean, such presence along that front line, tremendous work rate, beautiful technique, good passer of the ball, great with his head, those big bulging eyes, great vision. Love that player, Phil.
Ball stolen away, Diogo into the center.
He hit that streak right before the World Cup that he was absolutely begging to get into Argentina's World Cup squad and failed to do so. And
probably could have used him.
Yeah, Cruz going instead, of course, and I always thought that was an incredible oversight.
There's Miguel, speaking of the World Cup, a disappointing one for him, largely due to injury. They missed his charging runs down the right flank, was something we really haven't seen that much from him here for Valencia this year either. Here's Aymar, soft touch to the inside.
Good play.
Charging down the line, Juan Fran cuts to the inside, and he will win a throw-in.
Lovely football by that man there. Great technique. Good skilled player.
Juan Fran
and again.
Right foot.
Touch on. Nope.
Milito still up forward. Now cleared away Albelda. Diogo thinks about letting it run and then riskily lifts it up but deflected out for the throw.
Juan Fran and D'Alessandro there showing what this Zaragoza team is all about. And it's not by accident that this team is in the position the jigsaw pieces have come together to make a lovely picture.
Juan Fran sweeps it long. Garcia drops it back. D'Alessandro draws it back against himself in the double team, still holding on.
Fabulous.
And it will go out for a throw-in, but great control in tight space. Torres finally knocking it aside.
D'Alessandro there teasing the players onto it.
Again, in the air. Aymar making the run, but can't control it. If D'Alessandro and Aymar link up the way many have thought they could, both for Argentina in the past and now for Zaragoza, Barcelona is going to have a battle on its hands, but at this point it's been rather erratic.
Well, it'll be full of entertainment as well, watching those two Argentine players, that yin and yang. Great understanding between the two of them. Both very similar players. Magic in their feet.
Swept to the near side, Milito.
Look at that.
Aymar. Fun to watch,
isn't it?
And now you know why many people think that he should be the guy instead of Juan Roman Riquelme, but then you see him give the ball up, and now on the counter, swept in front by Silva. To the back post, trying to find Villa, tracks it down all the way to the corner. Sergio sticking with him.
Let's applaud it though, Phil. Aymar, he gave it away at the end there, but that beautiful, entertaining, shimmering football. It's, I wouldn't say disappearing out of the game, but when you see players like this man on the ball, let's all enjoy it and applaud it, because they are poetry in motion.
Pablito rifles it through, too much weight on it. D'Alessandro was calling for it, but the pass left a little bit to be desired. Can you teach that?
No. Bullfighter.
One back in the midfield. Promptly spanked forward by Torres. Sergio bumped from behind, and a foul against Valencia. A little bit of a talking to from Perez. He is a disciplinarian.
Good foil for Gabi, Milito, Sergio, Phil.
Very good. He's really been one of the best pickups they've made.
Tremendous tandem at the back of the white shirts.
Lifted in front. Ball over Milito and on the hop. to Butel. And a whistle. Angulo. A little advantage from the arm.
Ball hand, do you think? Not sure if it was intentional handball. Very close to it. Just short.
Cleared straight to Aymar. To D'Alessandro from Milito. Back towards Milito, but off target. Duro Torres wide and cleared from Butel.
See the perfection there displayed though by Diego Milito, getting that ball fed into him in a very, very tight area, linking with D'Alessandro. It was a poor ball back from the Argentine to big Diego there.
Making the run, Garcia. Leveled. Cleared by Navarro. Diogo heads it in the air.
Good play.
Marchena into the corner. Vicente the cross. Still in play and trickles over the end line. Corner kick upcoming for Valencia. Outswinger towards the spot and headed strong by Navarro, but off target. Well served from the corner. It deserved a better finish. Ball touched inside. Butel, a poor clearance. He'll live to tell about it, though, as he finds Baraja. D'Alessandro. Back heel.
Oh, nice.
Zapater. Cleated away from the ball. And a free kick off the foul.
Just got away from him there, didn't it? Good play to get through the first two. So sure. Like all ball. Solaris, they're really getting victimized by that one. Phil, he went down fair and square, slid in, cleared through the player. Seemed to contact ball first. Dangerous.
Aymar a little too far away from his shot, but he has been tempted at times.
And he's got some beautiful big targets to hit in that box.
Looks like that might be Juan Fran as well. Instead, Aymar gobbled by Butel. There's Juan Fran, lifting it back. Top of the six, skips through, and finally cleared to safety.
It was Gabi Milito on that back post, just unable to make final contact with it when it did come through to him. It was a lovely delivered ball, wickedly sent in here. You see the pace of the ball, triggered in, just needs that helping touch by big Gabi at the back, always barreling in to get a touch on it. Just a whisker away there, Gabi Milito, from making contact that would have sent that one into the back of the net.
Almost found its way through Butel anyway. Now,
touch. Oh, pretty.
Coming back to the inside. Decleated again off the boots, and now out to Diogo. D'Alessandro. Up the line, Sergio.
Nice touch.
Forward for Milito.
And again.
Milito tries to return it to Cabezon, deflected away and out for the corner.
Good play. Great look at the big target man. Beautiful control to settle the attack. And as you said, Phil, trying to thread it through to D'Alessandro. He just couldn't squirt it through his legs.
In swinger. Well defended. Out it goes off Elbelda for the throw. Call him Cabezon as you take a look. The 5'4" former pizza delivery boy. Doesn't look like he's grown much. Except perhaps in stature on the pitch.
Certainly a giant talent, there's no question about that.
Pass like that looks a lot uglier when the run is not made. Miguel guides it out for the throw. Sergio coming over after, 6-7 years with Celta de Vigo.
Oof, magic.
There's Gabi.
Brilliant.
Sergio.
Good bloodstock.
D'Alessandro. Still in play. Milito in a tussle in the corner. Ball out for the throw and one front. Quickly takes it.
We'll not get a chance to look at that again, and it won't go into the highlight film, but that was fabulous football by Gabi Milito out of the back here.
Sergio Garcia deflected. Well, this game's starting to pick up in intensity.
Look, a team and a half, don't they, Phil? Real Zaragoza, full of style, tremendous attacking options, exemplified by Gabi Milito, just leaving his defensive duties, playing 1-2s with his midfielders and keeping on going.
D'Alessandro.
Poor.
Trying to find Aymar. Aymar saying it went off of Villa, who quickly exits the scene of the crime. Puro Torres back in time.
Seen that one hammering in its way, nestling into the back of the net.
That was Garcia, by the way, on that last charge through. Not Milito, to give him some credit. Diego Milito never found the ball as D'Alessandro was stripped away. Sergio back. Diogo. Zapater. Celades. Play on.
Good advantage played.
Angulo. Knocked down. A foul on the edge of the area. As Burul keeps the card in his pocket, let's take a look.
We saw him a few weeks ago, this referee, doing exactly the same thing in the early going of the game. Has to be something a little bit more severe than that for referee Burul to put these players on thin ice. That's good man management by the ref. In the early going, the tempo of this game, very heated temperature. Well played, referee.
Nearing the midway point of half number one. You know what he was thinking. You just have to ask yourself why. Cesar. Don't know if that was a sigh of relief or trying to smother a laugh.
Well, he's brave enough to take the responsibility on. He's obviously rehearsed that top corner drive. He had plenty of sting in his shot. Balance certainly tipped the home team's way here in the early going. Set about their job very, very well, emphasising the home field dominance, but Valencia have shown plenty of bite in the counter-attack.
Up the middle they come. Baraja to the flank. Puro Torres pushing up the line. Aymar. D'Alessandro charging down the flank.
Terrible. As soon as it left his foot, you could see, poorly directed, and his square ball inside was on. Hilarious. Not his game, really. It was an academic, elementary ball. A good counter-attack wasted there by Zara.
Miguel couldn't get to it.
Fast track here
Silva
tonight.
does. A little on the humid side. Temperatures, you might tell from the fans in the stands and the long sleeve shirts, drifting towards freezing. It is in the upper 30s at kickoff with an 82% humidity. Definitely makes you think twice about a slide tackle in weather like this tonight, but not there. Celades, a nice tackle, and out they come towards D'Alessandro. Celades leading from behind. Off to the near side, Juanfran. Drives it through, but not enough on it. Headed down, poorly cleared. In the old days, you might say the ball was playing heavy, but bump from Baraja and Aymar, the two number 8s.
See, that's the class of Aymar. They were taking on a player at such good quarters, and 99% of the players in the world would have dished that off, but Aymar just fearless, just taking his time to go past the player right in a dangerous area. Great confidence by Pablo Aymar.
Diogo. Still deflected. He'll get a corner out of it. Third of the game.
They like what they see. They'd like a goal even more. They can smell one. Not too far away, perhaps.
Just drops. Sergio tries to keep it alive. Curro Torres in the corner.
Nice play out of the back by Valencia. Showing that Rafa Benitez style.
Baraja.
Benitez indoctrinated into this club. That wonderful playing out of the back, systematic passing football out of the back by Valencia.
Villa playing give and go with Vicente. Against Diogo.
Good defending by the ex-Real Madrid man there. Not overcommitting himself, that gentleman. Locking it in. Good positioning between the ball and the man.
Diego Milito fighting for it. Miguel does a good job defending and gets some help from Navarro. What a race we've had. Not just the top of the table, but the top of the goal-scoring chart. The race for the Pichichi. Samuel Eto'o hurt, so that helps open the line. David Villa, slow start, but Ronaldinho, Canute, Milito. Seems like every week that one of them scores, so do the other two. They have been tied for the top spot for much of this season. All 11 goals coming into this round. Long for Sergio Garcia and ruled to be offside. First of the game.
Well, you stated in the early prologue to this game, Phil, that the way this Valencia team has absolutely been, I'd say, ravaged, and that doesn't do it justice, the amount of injuries that this team has had to cope with. And the goalkeeper, Canizares, was the last one to go down to the injury bug, and they just, players like Edu and Del Horno.
Baraja dispossessed. Here's D'Alessandro with some space. Aymar open on the back post. Instead goes towards Sergio. Tries to fight it through. Almost deflected off of Curro Torres. D'Alessandro tracks it back down. Here's Juanfran. Best possession of the game so far. Oh, chested down Milito. Aymar.
Good football.
D'Alessandro outside of the boot. Forces it to Juanfran.
Great pace.
D'Alessandro, he's good on the turn, but panics on the cross.
Still got it.
Sergio, nice job controlling.
Great touch.
Sergio Garcia tries to force it through. Aymar in the area. Aymar. D'Alessandro. Sergio Garcia, and the shot rifled high.
Lovely football by Zaragoza, trying to worm their way through this nicely marshaled Valencia defense. Comes out again.
Fun team to watch when things are clicking.
Yep. This is lovely control to keep this play alive.
And that was Celades at the top of the box who got it back to him. Give him some credit.
Like you say, Phil, lovely on the eye, isn't it? The way they spread it around.
Kind of like Valencia last year.
Yeah.
Poor touch, Juanfran showing he can play some defense. Ahmad getting stuck in. Well, that was the big controversy at the start of this season. Ahmad and D'Alessandro, which one was going to play defense, and both of them said that they can come back and help win the ball.
Absolutely they do. You know, are they good in transition? Are they pure defenders? Of course not. But they do good defensive duties, and they're responsible enough, but this is where they love to get it.
D'Alessandro.
Great ball.
Milito.
Oh, unlucky.
To his foot and cleared away. Again, Sergio Garcia.
Magic.
Blasted across the face of the goal and no one there.
Beautiful football all over the park. Diego Milito, little Aymar there. Sergio Garcia, good look at him. That was brilliant. Great control. Great disguise. Bamboozles his defender. Pulls this one back across the mouth of goal. Nobody challenging it. Whistles by, but he applauds it.
Victor Fernandez, his second time in charge at Zaragoza. Came over for Victor Munoz, who left after last year, signed a multi-year deal to coach Pana in Greece, Panathinaikos.
He's done marvellous with his team. It's not just winning football, it's pure entertaining football for my money.
Might be, again, when things are clicking, the most entertaining team in Spain, and that includes Barcelona. Well, okay, maybe when Ronaldinho's not on.
Yeah, maybe you're stretching it a little bit there.
Ball switched by Juan Fran.
Not much though, Phil.
Diogo can't keep it in, or does he? Yes, he does, and wins the throw-in. Good work by the Uruguayan. D'Alessandro drops it back. This team from...
That's a nice little pass there.
Aragonés, between the Catalan and the Basque, up in the northeast corner of Spain.
Oh, brilliant.
Garcia on the turn.
Oh,
looking for Ahmad. Milito sticks a boot out. D'Alessandro there. Oh!
Unlucky.
Tried to cut it too fine on the first touch.
Frantic defending by Valencia. Zara absolutely pulling them all over the park with some sweet, sweet passing football. And then when it goes into the little geniuses, it opens up a whole set of different options that Valencia are doing awfully well to close down.
Ahmad, whether he wants to or not, makes it interesting. Oh, Garcia off the defender, Miguel, and Garcia still manages the cross, deflected for another corner.
So involved, Sergio Garcia. Such a beautiful foil for Diego Milito. Different type altogether, and that's what makes it such a beautiful match. The two dagger heads up front for his team.
Well, they had Everton, but the Brazilian's been hurt. He also provides some depth up front. Played short. Ahmad. D'Alessandro on the left. Well read. Now Villa on the attack. That's it for Valencia here today. Finding it far to get any control.
Well, they've just been up against his team, who have been clicking all over the field, Phil. It's not as much as Valencia hasn't played well. They've been nice enough in possession, and they've been trying to subdue this wave after wave of attacking football that's just been brilliant to watch. And Zaragoza, still even Stevens though on the scoreline.
D'Alessandro.
Nice.
Celades.
Look at the touches.
Ahmad.
Look at this.
Ahmad, and Butel makes the stop.
Season tickets are how much at this stadium?
$20 to $45 a ticket.
Unbelievable. What a bargain to see this.
Butel, probably the guy who's going to be there, maybe not next year, but the year after. The young Frenchman out of Metz, just signing an extension through 2012.
Good backup.
I don't think Cañizares is going to last that long, so a good on-job training here. Juan Fran. Ahmad.
That's a tremendous
Bacchio
ball.
from Milito.
Beautiful.
Ahmad again. Deflected. Out comes Butel. Up comes D'Alessandro. Edge of the area. Watch out. D'Alessandro. Garcia, the shot deflected.
Beautiful ball from Juan Fran that time, the left back. Beautiful threaded ball into Diego Milito to start that. attack for Zaragoza. Men, they look slick. Nice tidy up as well. Good ball.
Top of the area, and you could see the frustration on Angulo's face. Here comes Aymar.
Great pace. The game absolutely throbbing from end to end here now. Lovely switch.
Villa,
Look
edge
out.
of the area.
Careful, boys.
Villa, 2 men on him.
No help.
Tries to square. Diogo shuts him down.
Nothing on for him. Nice manner about this ref. Saladas again, and he's been a wrecking ball in this game. 30 minutes in, doing a good job sitting in front of that back four.
Here's Silva.
Oh, magic!
On the return, and Milito at the outside of the left. Trying to keep it in play, far side. But Zapater could not. Or did he? Banged it off and wins the throw-in.
Silva there, absolutely beautiful ball into, I think it was David Villa that tried to return it with the back heel through the legs pass. Nearly came off.
Ball cleared away by Miguel. The throw-in. Albelda perhaps unused this past summer. There the shot from Aymar that tested Butel.
Still got it nicely. Great ball if it gets there, just couldn't angle it enough.
Sergio Garcia forces the clearance though, and they get the throw-in.
Great run by that man there, leading the pass, inviting it on, just wasn't delivered heavy enough for him.
Could hear the screaming from Fernandez, get up, get up.
Taskmaster.
Ten minutes left in the half.
It's magic.
Vicente, watch for Villa.
Great recovery tackle that.
Sergio. And again, we talked about it, the unsung acquisition on this team that spent so much.
Beautiful, wasn't it, Sergio again? Great defense, because he had been beaten. Didn't give up.
Still in play. Or was it? No.
Been some outstanding tackling going on both sides of the ball for both teams. Forwards coming back, the defenders doing wonderful textbook covering of the dangerous players as well.
Foot came up, they say.
But the ball was just released. And the foot came up, Phil. A little harsh there.
More and more frustration. Now the old jogs back. Sergio pushing forward from the back. Well, however good Aymar is on the free kicks, this guy is equal.
Well, this is pure service on this one. It'll be played in with plenty of fizz on it for the big boys.
D'Alessandro driven low. Well, might want to take that back. Gets it back. Vicente on his heels. Stops, starts, and plays it to safety.
A woeful free kick there by D'Alessandro, though. Shallow, no pace to it at all, really, in the end. Lifted over the top of Valencia's forward defenders.
Miguel back to win.
Nice.
Diogo. Vicente lets it run.
Inconsiderate refereeing by Burul. He saw the event prior to this throw-in being taken, hesitated for the game, pulled the boys, getting the injured man off here, Juan Fran.
Looks like he might have popped his shoulder out, and it doesn't look like it's the first time, judging by the way they're treating it. Just pop it back in, we'll take care of it at the half. Headed back into the mix for now, Valencia a man up. Villa, top of the box, gets greedy. Here they come on the break, Celades. Diego Milito out towards the flank. Aymar pushing forward.
Great run off the ball this.
Back for Milito. Cuts back, taken out. Play on, the linesman had a clear look at it.
I was just about to say there's a good example again of good defending. It seemed that the defender went down to win the ball fair and square, but the Zara fans are blood-curdlingly up in arms against this linesman that had a pure look at it.
A little biased, but doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong.
It was a great run by that gentleman again, streaking in here.
Only thing is, with the cleats out, he might have gotten the ball, but hard to tell. And there's Juan Fran when he landed. Looks like he landed on his elbow, which kind of jarred that upper arm up.
Well, if we like combative football, we've had that as well. And I think you've got to credit the referee's assistant there. There wasn't anything untowards in that challenge on Diego Milito. And as you said, after the ball was played, there was maybe a little contact made, but it was a proper decision.
These two towns about 200 miles apart, with the A23 connecting them from the coast of Valencia into the mountains of Aragon. Regional rivals, and Victor Fernandez looks like he's seen enough. Still no score, not for a lack of trying on the Zaragoza part. That's 2 chances on goal among their 8 shots. 3 shots for Valencia that have not really been worth writing home about. Little slip from Gabi Milito, but they can't take advantage. Celades heads it high in the air. Aymar looked like he got it with his arm, but play on, says Perez. Long range shot. It's in!
What a hit!
Was that El Belda from about 35?
Absolutely lifts off it from an impossible distance in an absolutely astonishing angle. This is an unbelievable hit.
Cesar tried to get up, but could not.
Too late. Cesar thought it was going to carry out. But this is an astonishing goal. A biblical performance. Angulo, maybe he's as shocked as anyone to see this one just fly past Cesar. Look at this. Oh, that's intended, Phil. I beg your pardon, Mr. Angulo. He absolutely lifted off it, directed it heavenly towards the goal. Cesar does everything, stretches his fingernails to get it, and there's no saving it. It blisters by the goalkeeper. singes his fingertips, and that is an orgasmic goal.
Back into the other end as Zaragoza looks for the equalizer. Aymar with a chance and another corner kick.
Talk about fortune favouring the brave, if ever there's an example of it.
Well, Cesar getting up there in years might not have the reach of some of the younger goalkeepers, but that maybe goes into the reason for the shot to test him from long range.
Phil, honestly, with Angulo, I'm not thinking about when he picks it up so instinctively as he did from that distance. It's just chance your arm, and I couldn't care who's in goalkeeper. Lev Yashin at his best couldn't have got to that one.
So 1-0 against the grain. Valencia leading at Zaragoza with 2 minutes left to go here at La Romareda in half number 1.
Yep, stunning goal by Angulo that just sent this crowd into disbelief. They have absolutely had the foundations of the stadium shook by that hit. Not
that this game needed much, but that is what it needed, I think, because now it might give some focus to the Zaragoza attack. Aymar whistled for the foul. They cannot afford to lose their cool, though.
I think there's been plenty of focus as well in Zaragoza's attack. I think they've done everything they could.
Aymar
D'Alessandro has been picking up the pace in midfield. They've been going down the sides with Sergio Garcia, Diego Milito in the midfield. In the middle has been always threatening, but they've been stubborn in defence, Valencia. But man,
headed high in the air.
Couldn't have seen that one coming. It's purely like a thunderbolt out of the clear blue sky, that one.
Belled it to Miguel. There's the hero Angulo.
He looks the type, doesn't he, Angulo? He just looks like the type that in practice throughout the week in, weekend out, he picks a ball up like that because it was so unhesitant. He didn't stop for a split second to measure it. He just lifted off it and blasted it.
Offside, the call.
Funny old game, man. 60% of the possession to this team in white. It's certainly played the more pretty, connected, fluid football. He cannot believe it. That's when he sees the net bulge and his heart break. Should be a cracking second half once that gentleman that we just saw, Victor Fernandez, gets his boys into the locker room.
Nice control on the flank. Vicente drops all the way back. Curo Torres and Albiol playing give and go. Baraja tries to force it. Sergio to Gabi Milito. Still a few seconds left in this first half. Composure. Zaragoza still controlled the game. Zapater can't get it back. David Silva. Baraja switches.
Nice.
Diogo. And that will do it for half number 1. A lightning bolt from the heavens off the boot of Angulo. The only difference in this one, it is 1-0 Valencia on the road at the break. A cold night in Zaragoza, in Aragonés. Temperature dropping close to freezing, but still plenty to keep the heart warm here today, including a brilliant strike from Miguel Angel Angulo. Had to be, 40 yards out going back post.
From that angle, as we said, was just a high-definition goal, wasn't it? And, to absolutely grasp the lead like that with a hit is enough to warm the cockles of your heart.
Oh, the chairman up in the stands. Obviously, a little controversy going on in the Valencia side of things with Amadeo Carboni having his rather public spat with Quique Sanchez Flores. Some are saying that if he doesn't turn things around rather quickly, Sanchez Flores might be on the way out, but a strong win against Deportivo. And if they can hold on here, followed up by a win on the road against Zaragoza, take a look.
Just
that has to be about 45 yards out, considering back post.
The way he looks up, he's got his sights, and then he lifts. This is pure intention. He knows where he wants to put it.
I was criticizing Cesar. I still will say the reputation is one of the reasons that was on his mind, but he did a great job.
That's a great face.
Basically, that was a postage stamp to the upper corner.
Just looking in disbelief. Are you flipping kidding me?
Celades, Zapater, Sergio Garcia. Diego Milito has yet to really see a clean look on goal here today. Cesar still cursing the heavens.
Looks like he's sucking on a lemon.
And here come the roadside. Baraja not wearing the long sleeves. Cold? What cold? And there are the fans who have made the trek up the A23. Takes about 7 hours on the train. And they are going to like the road back. Well, Jesus Calvo, Victoriano Diaz checking out the two nets. Alfonso Perez Burul checking out his stopwatches. There's the hero. Angulo started from Gijón in his native Asturias. Quickly moved over to Valencia's B side. Loaned out for a year to Villarreal, where he did not really play, and then brought back. He's since played over 250 games. That his 37th goal of his career with Valencia.
Yeah,
one for the ages.
Doesn't score a lot of goals, Angulo, but certainly quality over quantity in that case, especially here today. Not my type of goal, must say. Speculative hit, but an absolutely world-class accuracy and bravery to take on the responsibility. I'm more of a passing goal man myself, but
are you from the land of the hopeful hit, though?
You've got to take your hat off to that one.
Start of the second half. Don't appear to be any changes. Ooh! Is that Aymar?
And again, Burul doesn't seem to be reaching in for his card here. He must have played the game himself, Alfonso Perez Burul. Oh, just very late.
Hard to argue whether there wouldn't be a card against Albelda on that one.
Yeah, tricky play by Aymar, just too fast for the defender.
12th foul against Valencia. Poor giveaway. Diogo racing back. Sergio coming over. Vicente on the flank. He's just back from injury himself. It's trying to round Sergio and whistled for the foul.
Great defending there again by Sergio. Wonderful defending by that man there. Standing this player up. See, he's locked him in. Makes contact with it. Vicente just, with all the skill and quickness, cannot get round that big dock crane there.
Boutel, the Frenchman, deputizing for the injured Canizares. In goal for the leaders, Valencia. Miguel Navarro, Curro Torres and Albiol along the back. Albelda, Baraja, Angulo, Vicente from back to front, with Silva and Villa in the attack for Quique Sanchez. For the home side, Zaragoza in the white from the left to the right. It's Cesar, the former Real keeper. Diogo, Sergio, Gabi Milito, and Juan Fran. Almost got a souvenir for the home fans. Celades and Zapater backing up D'Alessandro and Aymar, while Sergio Garcia and Diego Milito in the attack for Victor Fernandez.
Had a good look at Joaquin, the big signing for Valencia. One of them, the other player that we saw getting his engine warmed through, his oil warmed through his engine, was Morientes.
Hugo Viana also available here today, as is Ayala, and that makes many scratch their head. Ball flipped through. Aymar trying to get off the Milito pass, but well defended by Curo Torres.
Torres taking no risks there. Just banging it out for a corner. Aymar trying to get through. Good skill and pace.
I wonder if Aymar still might be hurt. He's leaving this corner for D'Alessandro. Towards the 6. Curo Torres with the head.
And again.
Sergio fighting back.
Clean.
Diogo. Switches well. Andres. Fakes. Right foot. Dummied through. Cleared away. Someone's got to take the shot.
Yeah, D'Alessandro there playing that ball into Diego Milito, who cleverly dummied over the top of it, Phil, though. And it's out of the box attacking by Real Zaragoza. It's all full of imagination, different options, rather than just ABC football.
Milito drops Zapater to the flank to Juanfran. Back for Zapater. Back for Gabi Milito. Sergio gets there, but lunging for it, and Diogo saves it. D'Alessandro wants it, he'll get it. River to River. Ball to the middle. Oh! And Pablito won't have an easier chance tonight.
Set up by D'Alessandro's fly's eye vision. Beautiful little scuttle pass through the top of Valencia's defence, and Aymar cannot rein it in, and it runs off his feet towards the end. Here you see the ball played in. Nice little touch to control it, the first one, but his follow through with his stride kicks it out.
Saying, me? I had him.
Yeah, tough break, nicely settled by that man's insightful pass. To be fit, Aymar was a good run into the box, just couldn't rein it in.
Villa bodied off the ball. Poor clearance and slammed into touch. Goal kick up coming for Cesar. Valencia 6 titles. 2 in the last 6 years, 02 and 04. They've also won the cup 6 times, as has Zaragoza, but best finish for Zaragoza, 2nd place back in 1975. Sergio again with Celades and Gabi Milito. Diogo one touch to D'Alessandro. Oh. Milito saying another foul behind, but Celades left writhing. The cleats do seem to be sharpened on the Che side, though.
Ball flying through and hitting poor Victor Fernandez there, getting a real bullet. The Zaragoza coach on the sidelines. This was a bit of naughtiness off of the ball.
"19 goals for, 14 against coming in, but only 5 goals away from home this year for Valencia until Angulo's hopeful hit. And that just might be enough to get them their 2nd road win.
Well, they've got 12 points to make up with the leaders. This would knock 3 off them. Really give them a good lift up the ladder.
Prior to their victory last week against Partido, they'd gone 6 without a win.
Oh, that's... Of course, Valencia got Internazionale to look forward to in February in the Champions League. That should be one to look forward to, and by that time in February a lot of their wounded soldiers will be ready to strap it on again.
Might just be enough to bring out the good side of Inter Milan as well. Of course, with all the Argentines, you could probably break out a national team game.
You've got to lick your lips and slap your belly thinking about that game, Inter Milan against Valencia. All the Argentines strewn across that field. Probably the game of the round.
And think about that River side, that great River program. Solari, Aymar, D'Alessandro, they just keep funneling them out. And it'll be Solari's turn on the center stage against Valencia in February, but right now Aymar against his old team And perhaps some of the pressure to try and do too much. I also wonder whether some of those hits are starting to pay a toll.
Well, since they've come out at half-time, you've got to credit these boys in the dark shirts, because this has been a brave stand-up performance. They're not sitting back at all. There's no sign of absorbing pressure. If anything, they've came out with more impetus, looking to build on this lead.
Baraja to Miguel. Well controlled up front by Silva. Lays it off for Angulo.
Good football leading up to this as well. Angulo certainly getting wiped out there by Juan Fran. Just a collision of bodies, but nice football there by Valencia. He has been absolutely foot perfect, that lad there, Diogo. Defensively, been absolutely immaculate so far. Let's have a look here.
Gabi Milito coming over.
Sergio helping out his teammate there. Good covering in numbers.
No cards in this match from Perez yet. No real need to. Maybe a few rash challenges, but nothing out of the realm of the ordinary.
Vicente has got absolutely nothing from this guy. He's never been able to round him the entire game.
Only the second corner for Valencia all game long.
It's a good cat and mouse matchup, that.
Vicente with the outswinger. Back post. A bump looked like Sergio was knocked to the turf. Well, considering how well Diogo, Juan Fran, Sergio and Gabi were playing, maybe that's another reason why Angulo took that shot from long range, because the closer you get to the back, the closer you are to losing it.
That's right. Option number 2.
Juan Fran had the shoulder popped back in and the grimace back on his face. In for Milito. Just a little too far away. Continues to push for it. Pablito on the turn. Holds it. Pablito through the double team. Baraja and Albelda, just a wall closing in. Ball lifted forward. Silva tripped up. Juan Fran forward. Zapater. Aymar. Outside, play on. Sergio Garcia, the shot deflected high and cleared away by Albelda. Worried look on Fernandez's face.
And you can understand why, Phil, because, you know, there's only so much milk that you can get out of your coconut, and that gentleman there has tried everything to break down Valencia, and it's looking as if it's going to get even further uphill of a battle as this game goes on.
Diogo wins the foot race as Vicente appeals for help from the ref.
Yeah. Super game.
Here's D'Alessandro. Got greedy.
Yeah, bad giveaway.
Vicente on the flank. Blast to the middle. Gabi Milito there.
Sweet.
Celades. Milito. He's going to have to make a change. Everton, healthy or not, might have to come in this game. Movilla also available. And I wouldn't be surprised if Aymar only has about 5 minutes left. Back for Butel. Milito challenges. Celades. Zapater was on his back. Angulo de Baraja. Through for Vicente. Movement so much crisper from Valencia in the second half.
Absolutely.
Guro Torres on the flank.
I think it's been Albelda and Baraja as much as anything influencing the way this Valencia team has been able to knit their game together so much better in the second half, Phil. The two boys in the centre midfield doing a wonderful job.
The run never showed, and out easily for a goal kick. Well, Zaragoza better start stringing a few passes together. Puro Torres forward. Sergio. Bodies left and right, but play on, says Perez Burul. Now it's Milito down. Still play on. Nope. Now finally a foul.
Referee Burul playing advantage both ways here, and casualties on both of his non-calls. He didn't see enough in either challenge to call and to blow the whistle, and after the first one, and that gentleman, it fell to the Zaragoza player. Is it Diego Milito that's down? Villa, of
Sergio
course.
and Villa.
And there's the contact right
got cleared.
Yep.
Sergio just trying to vault him but couldn't.
Exactly. And this is the second one further upfield that caused the collision with Davids.
He should be
Diego
able.
Milito.
Villa should be able to shake that one off.
Yes, it is Diego. And there's the other one.
Just got stuck with the ball.
Ian, very similar.
Where it shouldn't be.
Yep, getting spiked by one of the Valencia boys. Pure accidents on both sides, both very, very similar. Seem to call the second one though.
Zaragoza, if they can come back, could climb as high as third. Since they had to stop the game, I don't think it's a substitution, but since they had to stop the game for the injury, Milito's going to have to exit. So 10 on 10, at least for this restart, as we've struck 60.
Well, we've had one mucho gusto hit from this distance. This is asking an awful lot from this technician.
Something to prove against his former side. 3 men in the wall. Aymar into the wall.
Never run.
Zapater drops it back. Diogo. Rifles it far side.
Great ball.
Juanfran. Still. Touched in front. Should have been looped. Diogo on Silva. Play on. Can't put a foot wrong. Touch back for Aymar, intercepted by Albelda. Miguel back to the captain for Valencia. If Valencia can hold on, mentioned they started the day in 9th, they could conceivably jump as high as 5th, depending on the scoreline. And Quique Sanchez Flores would get a little bit of breathing room.
At the outset, we did say that 4-0 win there the other week had really put air in the balloon of Valencia, and they really did show up nicely here tonight, but still got a lot of defending to do.
Aymar out of control. Keeps it alive, but the cleat up, dangerous play against Pablito, or the other way.
No, it's surely Valencia's ball, Zaragoza's ball, I beg your pardon.
They both had the swords drawn. Just Ruben got his drawn a little higher.
Baraja there just a little earlier as well, Phil, and the referee was quick to blow his whistle on the high kicking. This is much more of a technician's distance this time. This is more within his scope if he gets his dynamics right.
With that in mind, you can understand why Butel calls for 6 in the wall. touched,
Good.
lifted, and cleared. Albiol, Diogo, loose and touched at the post. Sergio Garcia denied by Butel.
Sergio Garcia seeing this one rifled across from who else? That Diogo. Beautiful first touch, steadies it, spanks it.
That was intentional. He was not trying to shoot. He's basically putting it in the needle to see what anyone else can do.
Exactly, Phil. And Sergio Garcia just needed to get that little delicate kiss on it with that right foot to take it past Butel, but just couldn't get enough meat on it. Still can sense it's within his grasp to square this game. Bags of time.
Juan Fran drops it back for Gabi Milito.
Nicely. Beautiful.
Celades.
Oh, white ball's on.
Gabi Milito wins it back.
Where it should have went earlier.
Still 1-0 on the 42nd minute shot from Angulo from long range. Deflected forward. Villa and Sergio helps out. What are they calling? Maybe it bounced up and hit a hand. He's looking to Victoriano Diaz, his assistant, to find out what happened. I can't tell.
Handball.
If that handball against Sergio, that's close to inside the box. You can see the chalk line. It's maybe a half a yard away from a penalty, and they're going to give him a handball.
That's excellent refereeing, has to be said. And they've seen it in a split second. Sergio is certainly playing basketball with it there.
You think that was intentional?
I really do, Phil. Where you see the lad's hand come out here earlier, let's have a look. He's driving past him and there you see him slapping it down. Very clever, very good footballer, but he doesn't get away with that one. Referee's too hot. Well reffed.
What can Silva do? Nearing the midway point of half number 2. Valencia pushing some numbers in the box. 6 players in.
This one would certainly seal it.
Blasted, deflected, corner kick.
Just sense that if this team in black do get that second one, it'll take everything out of the sails of this brave, entertaining Zaragoza team that have performed
Everton
so well.
Changing cleats. Is it too late? Played short. Villa changes the angle. Back into the middle. And Cesar handles that one well.
I don't think it's too late at all for Real Zaragoza to bring this game level. Everton is just the type of wolf in a hen house that this team would respond well to under these circumstances. It's be interesting to see who makes way for him.
Sergio Garcia quiet in the second half. Milito ineffective. Aymar slowed down. D'Alessandro disappeared. Hard to believe this is the same team that dominated the entirety of the first half.
He put so much into that first half as well, Phil. This is better.
Zapater.
Great ball. Just couldn't lead that man there, D'Alessandro. Couldn't lead Diego Milito with just another 6 inches into that space beyond the back line of Valencia, because he was in. Well defended right at the end, little push away header. D'Alessandro very unlucky not to find his big spearhead attacker.
Sergio, Juan Fran. Well, the one thing that could be said is the defense has played well.
Sweet.
Silva.
Magic.
Silva to the center. Sergio there to block it away again.
Silva had the little stab ball into the back of the net.
Milito, Juan Fran rifles it long, looking for Garcia, and forces the ball into touch for the throw-in. Two players coming in. One of them's going to be Everton, and it looks like Garcia is the player coming out. Lafita also coming in.
Certainly played well. Sergio Garcia, he should receive loud applause for what he's done. Been very, very dangerous.
So D'Alessandro the other. Do you agree?
Well, I was just thinking D'Alessandro, how you alluded to it, Phil, earlier. He has faded a little bit out of this game, but man, to take that guy he's got all sorts of keys on his locks that can really just undo you. D'Alessandro, it's a brave decision by Victor Fernandez. I'm not sure if I do agree, but it doesn't matter what the hell I think. He's out of the game now. I really think D'Alessandro's been showing enough imagination and ability to question Valencia seriously, taking him out.
Maybe Celades or Zapatero, nothing against them, but the fact you're down a goal at home.
Sure, Celades has played well in his own way. This man, good break-up, and again, good play.
Another player down. Play on. Temperature getting a little heated here.
Celades screaming blue murder along with his hometown fans at the referee. I think he was asking for a handball. So something happened to Diego Milito on that breakaway. Celades very animated there.
So is Gabi Milito. We're talking about his brother, surrounded by whites.
And Celades did brilliantly to break it up and to prompt the attack, but something happened on the response.
He's saying, no, I had to hear from the linesman, it sounds like, but Perez a little testy. And who will this go against?
I think it's for that handball. It'll be interesting to see in replay, but it could well have been a handball on
Javi Navarro.
No, it's just a wipe through. This is the handball following through here.
Can't see as the ball came through, but
there's a reckless tackle through the back of Diego Milito. That's what the card's been for. How the referee didn't see that is questionable.
Throw in, Valencia. Sergio coming through, cleats out. Dangerous play. Lafita coming in, actually born in Zaragoza, coming up through the program, while Everton, born in Sao Paulo, about as far away as you can get, started with Corinthians. Moved on to Borussia Dortmund and has made his name with Zaragoza. 13 goals behind only Diego Milito last year, but has found it a little bit more difficult this year. At the same point, Sergio Garcia has started to step forward, making it more and more difficult for starting time. The one thing he gives you that Garcia does not is speed.
Certainly.
And maybe that allows Milito to drop back in behind.
Well, if he gets that room to run in on Everton, he can certainly be like a big greyhound. He's got fantastic lightning speed in those beautiful Brazilian legs, but it's his ability with the ball as well. Everton running with the ball. He's got great vision as well. Superb technique, obviously. But it's all knitted together. Very dangerous player, and if Zaragoza's got a joker in the pack, it'll be Everton.
Well, Davi Navarro and Albiol both have their work cut out for them now. The two center backs. Ball dropped back Zapater down the line. Juan found the cross. Sails, touched back. Not the most technical of clearances, but it works. Now here's Diogo against Villa. The bump and a fortunate call.
I think so. First time Diogo just taking on a little bit too much. David Villa here stepping in, making slight contact there, but is Diogo just getting tangled up a little? Either way, he dwelt on the ball. And he
Another
got the call.
substitution. Vicente coming off. He's just been coming off of injury. And it looks like it might be Morientes checking in. Let's see.
Good substitution. This Vicente really being wrapped up in cellophane by Diogo down that left side, so a totally different player coming in now. Morientes much more central.
Allows David Villa to play in the off role.
It's a poor ball again by Aymar, being disappointing on this. Free kick starts Zaragoza.
Well, again, if there is a reputation Aymar has.
Beautiful.
Ball headed forward. Juan Fran back to win it. And I mean, this is part of the game. You kick Aymar enough and he'll take himself out of the game. Looks like Miguel is down. Yep.
Is it Silva?
Or David Villa. Look at the boots.
Yep.
No one else could carry off that color match, but
You're right.
against Aymar, this goes all the way back after losing the ball.
Hearing something he didn't like from some of the fans there. It won't matter. It'll be sweet music to his ears when he's in the bath after these 3 points, if it holds up. And they've got 15 great minutes here. This is going to be a climactic finish, because Real Zaragoza and that man passing in front of the camera, Everton, are resurgent here. The crowd's being them onto better things. See if they can rally to the cause.
Throw in Valencia, and they should just give it back, and they will. Baraja with the throw. Knocked aside. Lafita wins another throw and a few yards forward. Looks a little like Kaká. Let's see if he plays like him. Loose in the midfield, Everton. Everton giving chase. Curo Torres kept in play. Lafita, but they crossed, they say.
Crowd frustrated. Rightfully so. Oh, look out.
Well, this will turn things up a notch for Los Che. Vicente out. So there's room for a winger. Angulo can play on the left side as well, unless this is going to be a straight swap. Silva's gone over to that left side following the substitution to leave room for Morientes.
No matter how this Valencia team have earned this go-ahead goal, you can say they grabbed it out of the clear blue sky, but you can see the pedigree and the quality of the team coming into effect now.
Nice ball in front.
Oh, he's in.
On the turn, Morientes against his former teammate, and Cesar cuts him down.
Strong play by Morientes. Can it squeeze it by
Textbook
Cesar?
goalkeeping by Cesar.
Totally, he was quick enough there, wasn't he? Leaving his line bravely. Oh,
Cleared away. Everton couldn't get to it.
got to be a foul, that.
Arturo Torres going in hard. And it will go to the book.
Lafita doing very well. Had no support, had nothing on. Silly foul in the end by Arturo Torres. Dangerous position. He's going absolutely nowhere, and it's just a reckless hack through the back of Lafita. Yep. Takes a big filet mignon out of the boy's leg there.
Villa exiting. And Joaquin coming in. So plenty of play on the flanks now. This will swing away. Chance for the tie, headed clear. Celades tucks it, headed high into the air by Albiol. Trying to control. Lafita has played a good role here since coming in. Now on the chase against Joaquin. Up for Morientes. Whistle from the stands, or was it Angulo? And a yellow card against Valencia. I think it was Joaquin on his challenge. Didn't take long to go in the book. Free kick. Cleared away as the ball bends early. Played all the way back. Diogo catches up. Switch back for Zapater. Keeps it high in the air. Foul is Aymar. Undercuts Albelda.
Two absolutely arm wrestling here for this one. Could have possibly went either way, but Aymar getting victimized. Albelda going down. And getting the call.
Nice work in tight space. Baraja back for Silva. Lifted over Morientes. Juanfran tries to clear. Joaquin on the turn, can't get to it, and here comes Juanfran again. Aymar on the flank.
They're not betraying their style, are they? They're still coming at you with nice connected football. Poorly given away there though by Diego. Oh, maybe
Baraja.
not.
Decked.
I thought that was very un-Diego Milito-like. Just basically stopping play there till Pareja gets attention. Sporting play there. Not there.
Caught him with the point of the toe.
Certainly high kicking, wasn't it? And then when the ball came back into Diego Milito, wanted the ball stopped, trying to get attention.
Utel not really tested in the second half. The fans counting out 6 seconds in their head. Places it down and boots it up. Milito, that's Gabi, heading it out to the far side. Pressure starting to build on the home team with 8 minutes left. All the way back. And Butel all the way up. Miguel. Morientes chops.
Molito here coming through, nasty. Ooh.
Another one. Juan Fran can't believe it.
Good skill by Joaquin here, and absolutely a foul by Juan Fran. Not playing any of the ball, coming in across this man.
Joaquin very good on set plays. But you can see with the lead, not throwing all cards to the wind. Headed high into the air by Sergio. Ball chipped back in by Silva, and Cesar able to grab it.
Oh, good touch.
What now? Lafita. Milito. Lafita giving chase. Lafita just scoring his first professional goal a couple of weeks ago. Celebrated by signing a 3-year contract extension. Have high hopes for the native. Oh, Joaquin. Left the rabbit right out of his hat. 6 minutes from time. Miguel. Keeps it at his boot. Miguel couldn't believe he did, and many thought Joaquin was bound for Madrid or Arsenal, Liverpool perhaps. Instead, just switches from one Spanish side to another. And it might be the best thing that happened to him.
He's a good player, Phil, but we've said it for a long time. He's erratic, Joaquin. He's very, very up and down, and then he's like a junkie jack in the box. You never know what you're going to get for him, and that displayed it right there. I mean, he's such a good footballer, but he can just whiz the ball away after doing something brilliant.
Deflects away. Diogo.
And Everton has just not been able to stamp his class on this game at all.
See him on the far side. I guess part of the reason is they have not been able to get the ball to him.
Sure.
Celades exits. Oscar checks in.
Played well, Celades, in this game, right the way from the first whistle. It's time for Real Zaragoza just to be a little bit more direct. You just have to now. The occasion dictates it.
Headed up
Good
by
touch.
Sergio.
Good touch.
Loose in the 6. Sergio still down. Ball cleared. Perez playing on. And now into touch it goes. Oscar, a central midfielder, started with Valladolid. Coming over to Zaragoza in 04.
Had a brave performance here. Sergio goes up and you can see the elbow thrown by Navarro right into his cheek. Right into his cheekbone. Very nasty. And that was a lead, and it was a follow through with the elbow there, Phil.
Gonna leave a mark.
You never like to see that. That's very unsportsmanlike, and Navarro there being very cynical. Because you knew he was going to threaten fair and square with the challenge. Big lad like Sergio.
Now what about the old axiom that if you don't leave with your elbow, you're going to taste the other guy's elbow? I mean, protecting yourself in some ways. Has the game changed to the point where you don't have to do it anymore?
Not on that exhibition there. He had one player playing fair and square, and Sergio paying the price. Referee not picking up on it.
Diego on a foray.
Good play.
Tripped up.
Crowd rousing them on now. Only a couple of throws in the dice here, Phil. Got to be a much better ball delivered this time. They've been poor tonight on the set plays. Let's see if this one can be floated in deeper into that area to test this man off of his lane, bring him out.
Zapater.
It's a better ball.
Too
Not
high
one.
for Sergio. Rebound shot slams off target. Oscar, I don't know if you can read lips in Spanish, but you might want to cover the kid's eyes after this one. Now Butel taking his time. Wrong color. And a little smile from Perez. He might be tempting fate. He already has it out. Fourth yellow card against Valencia. Two minutes left. Still time. Lafita whistled for the foul at midfield. Butel has an argument. Of course, I guess Everton just wanted to at least get one touch before the game was over.
Yeah.
Approaching the 90th minute. Juan Fran.
Just never had the ball in position, has he, Everton, to run at this back line of Valencia.
Zapater. Milito can't get it.
And the service into that little man in the middle, the number 7, it just hasn't been there to provide him with any sort of ammunition to run onto. Everton being a little bit subdued in this game since he's come on, unfortunately for Zaragoza.
Well, this will be the second loss in a row at home. Osasuna and Valencia, and Zaragoza showing that there are some weaknesses for what many thought would be a championship side.
Better touch here.
Aymar lays it
It's a
off.
nice pass.
Oscar to Lafita. Lafita to the middle.
It's on.
Headed high by Miguel, and the whistle blows. I think they're going to say Aymar just rattled Baraja's cage.
Well, that was great play there by Zaragoza all the way across the field. Lovely connecting football, lovely passing, opening up Valencia, but the inviting ball stabbed in here towards the back post. Was it for Aymar? Who came in very strong, but in the referee's opinion, unfairly.
Fans exiting La Romareda. To injury time. Valencia digging the ditches right now. Angulo the hero. To Morientes. Sergio's there. Cleats out. The shot rattles the twine. Baraja might go in the books for playing on, and he will. Fifth yellow against Valencia, but it won't matter if they can hold on for the victory. Well, 3 more minutes to kill for Los Che. Sergio, the lone yellow. Lafita challenging Silva. Wins it back. Gives it up. Quique Sanchez saying, what do you have to do? Breathe in the right direction? Oh, there, the tug on the jersey giving it away. Last change to kill some time. Silva checking out. And Hugo Viana checking in.
Typical performance by him. Razzle-dazzle on the run, always threatening, involved, dangerous, slippery player. Silva, good performance tonight. It's been two good teams. Been a pleasure to commentate on this. Quality from the boys in white, and again, just that character and really strength of personality in Valencia, as well as some lovely football in response, and of course that killer goal to take the lead. We've got a couple of minutes to to get out of dodge here. Zaragoza coming at them.
Ball blasted forward. Rolled towards the flank. Hugo Viana coming in, part of Portugal's 06 World Cup squad, part of Newcastle up until last year.
Getting a look at Albelda there. For me, him and Barreja, Phil, have done very, very well for this Valencia course here tonight.
Miguel clearing it high in the air. Gabi tries to win it back. Final minute. Lafita slipping. Morientes drops it off Viana into the middle. Baraja, Miguel. And again, this is the play we saw last year from Valencia.
Oh, loses his feet.
Angulo
wanting the call, but I think the referee played slight advantage until he lost his feet there, and he wasn't going to get it turned around by Burrell.
Gabi Milito finding his brother, but his brother finding the dirt. Diogo wants the ball quickly for the throw. Final few seconds. Sergio, this might be it. Does not find the mark. Zapater lifting it to the corner. Aymar to the flank. Crossed in, deflected out. Play on. Extra time here. Will there be a corner against Miguel? No. Goal kick. Juanfran just running out of time and running out of real estate.
Valencia just closing Juanfran down, denying him the passage to put that final dangerous cross in, and this will be it for a Zaragoza team that showed up beautifully well, but just in the end was stung by an unbelievable strike and a cruel result for Real Zaragoza. But fortune really truly favoured the brave, and no more so than Angulo, who won this game single-handedly.